In southeast Alaska lies Glacier Bay, 4,500 square miles of water, ice, and mountains. The bay stretches 65 miles northward, creating a peninsula to the west. Here, peaks of up to 15,000 feet form sheer cliffs, dangerous ice falls, constant avalanches, and some of the stormiest weather in the world. This is the Fairweather Range. Three climbers head for the Earth's northern latitudes. Their destination is a remote peak in the heart of the Fairweathers. This peak, unnamed and shrouded in clouds, has been seen only by a few climbers and bush pilots. It has never been approached, let alone scaled. To climb it will require their collective skill, strength, and endurance. After 100 miles of motoring across a watery wilderness, the climbers draw near the upper reaches of the bay. Dushan Yajerski, engineering student, professional mountain guide. Jim Wickwire, lawyer, expedition climber. Al Givler, climbing instructor, mountain guide. There are no roads or trails. The only way to reach the Fairweathers is by boat or small plane. The glaciers flow down from the mountains and end in the sea. The forward motion of the glacier and the salt water undermining its snout cause large chunks of ice to break off into the bay, making navigation difficult. Combating floating ice is not one of their specialties. Although the rubber boat is not easily pierced, the jagged icebergs, some weighing many tons, are not reassuring. Without a survival suit, a man will last only 4 or 5 minutes in the 36-degree water. On the map, the Reed Glacier looks like a highway to the heart of the mountains. The only trick is to get to shore. In their survival suits, the men take to the water like seals. As if passing judgment on this bizarre sight, the Reed peels off 100 tons of vertical ice. Ice. Simple ice. Here is a world-shaping force at work. Governed only by geological laws, it tears mountains apart in its search for the sea. 600 pounds of gear has to be relayed 3 miles up the snout of the glacier. The glacier opens up to a plateau, 6 miles wide and 40 miles long. 25 miles of difficult mountain travel lie ahead. The landscape never seems to change. On the 4th day, a major storm moves in and pounds the expedition for 6 days. "10 days since leaving the boat, they have yet to see their mountain. They are 8 miles from their base campsite, but 3 mountain passes and a 1,000-foot ice face are still to be crossed. The storm has dropped 3 feet of snow, making the steeper slopes very unstable. But the men are days behind schedule, so with the first break in the weather, they push on. Beyond this point, no man has yet journeyed. They climb the ice face to the first pass at night, when the cold temperature decreases the chance of avalanches. But the storm returns with the night. The explorer Captain Cook first saw and named the Fairweathers in 1778. Some climbers are convinced he was also the last to see them. The weather clears as the climbers enter the inner sanctuary of the Fairweather Range. The mountaineer's axe is yet to strike these shadowed north faces. These endless ridges have no footprints hidden in their eternal snows. The three finally approach their base campsite. After 13 days of trekking, the real problems are about to begin. In this no man's land of ice and snow, the climb will be mostly on rock. Vertically suspended stone of the purest granite, rising sharply from the ice, dry and rigid in the northern sky. The peak towers 8,440 feet above the sea. The climbers will ascend the middle of the southwest face to the twin summits.
The only problem seems to be crossing those fronts because you don't see exactly the edges of them. Yeah.
From the Nameless Glacier, the ice sweeps up to the foot of the Nameless Peak. The ice will stay firm in the shadow of the face till almost midday. Relieved of their heavy loads, they almost float up the wall. The summit snowfields, high above, are already feeling the morning sun. Its heat makes new snow unstable. The climbers are anxious to get out of the ice gullies and onto the rock before avalanches begin. For Al Givler, the serious climbing begins. Rock climbing is a way of life for him. Ice climbing is merely something he has to do to reach the rock.
How's it look up there? How's that crack? Slack, Tucson!
In ice climbing, many things have to be considered. The temperature, the angle of the sun, what is beneath the surface ice, and how easily the ice shatters when placing ice screws. The substance the climber is dealing with is constantly changing. Rock does not change. The rock climber is not concerned with time or temperature, only with what is immediately in front of him. He cannot alter the rock with an ice axe to suit him. If the holes and cracks are vague, he must climb on his imagination. Mountaineers are like the great explorers of centuries past. The climber who makes a first ascent walks where no one has walked before. When he makes his way over an icy pass, it's for the first time. When he touches the stone, it's for the first time. He relies solely upon himself and his teammates for survival. He cannot predict the outcome of his efforts. In his moment of triumph, only desolation's eyes look on, for he is writing the guidebook. They feel strangely apart from the rest of mankind. The rock, having evolved deep in the earth, rises up briefly to sparkle in the sun before it is washed to the sea. Yesterday, men thought the summits of mountains were the abodes of gods. For a few modern men, they have become lodgements for some private motive. The climb goes into the last day. The rock becomes steeper. As the last man is belayed up, he pulls their ladder in the sky with him, leaving no trace of their passing. Dushan, an ice climber at heart, spots a patch of snow and heads toward it. He thrives on the complexities of simultaneous rock and ice climbing. The ascent, if successful, will be technically more difficult than any previous climb in the Fairweathers. On the evening of the second day on the mountain, the uphill work is over. The Fairweathers yield one more summit. No one before has seen quite this same view. Kings for a moment in a distant universe. At 11:30, the sun set. Mountaineering lingers on the fine edge of tragedy.